My advice for up-and-coming artists, coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Well, I'm here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Just had a great evening with some great friends here, and they suggested the topic for today. And that is, what would you say to up-and-coming artists that are just beginning to perform? And I love this question. You know, some of you that are watching right now have been in a band for a while. Some of you, though, are just beginning. It's the beginning of, well, what I hope for you would be a long career. But what do you do? How do you get started? And how do you make sure that you have some longevity? Well, you know, I've seen some bands that, well, I think we call it rock and roll. They go up like a rock and they go down and roll. Not successful. Others, though, and sometimes the ones that I don't expect, seem to take off and they become great bands. Didn't have that kind of a start at the beginning. What really constitutes longevity and success for a band? Well, two things, basically, that I would recommend. First of all, you got to be willing to work really hard. And I mean really hard. You know, these days, there are a lot of bands out there, and a lot of them are very good. And talent is almost easy to find. What makes one band make it, another one that doesn't? Sometimes it's just the amount of work and the time they're willing to put into it. And secondly, it's the purpose. You know, when I feel a purpose or I feel passion for what I'm doing, it gives me longevity. You know, I can work all day long at something that I don't enjoy, and at the end of the day, I'm very tired and frustrated and a little grouchy. But you know, honestly, if I'm doing something that I'm passionate about and work just as hard, at the end of the day, I seem to have more energy. Why? Because in my mind, I have passion for what I'm doing. And folks, passion goes a long ways, especially in music. And if you find your passion there, and if you realize that maybe God has given you that passion and it's for a purpose and it's for something that's going to last for a very long time, then believe it and don't waver. Now, you're not going to be a hit overnight. You may have a concert and 5 people come. You may have a lot of people around you that tell you you're the best thing since sliced bread, and they're not all telling the truth. But keep going. You know, I think a lot of people suck at the very beginning. And I've had some bands that say, you know, I can't seem to get a record company to sign us because they're discriminating against Christian music. And I always think, well, you know, they're discriminating because your band doesn't sound very good. Honestly, if you really work at what you're doing, if you believe in it and you feel like you're called, and you're willing to treat people well, and you're willing to do what it takes to be an encouragement to people and to be the kind of band that has longevity, you have a good shot. Those would be the two things that I'd recommend the most. And I hope you're one of those bands. I'd love to see you make it. God bless you. Have a great day.